the Bahamas tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topic news: legislation enacted to govern the gaming industry in the Bahamas came into effect today. While web shops can now operate the numbers business illegally, a sector of this business has been adversely impacted. Sabrina Brown has our top story.
How do you expect the Bahamian people to survive? How do you expect us to survive?
Linda Bowe is one of hundreds of bookies on Grand Bahama who were terminated abruptly on Monday morning just after the new Gaming Act took effect.
We were cut off this morning when we start up our palms. When we start up, there were no play games and so forth and whatever. I called the office. They said, well, the government said no show for the riders on the street.
I've been a bookie for 22 years. This is my way of survival and living. And the government said that the numbers is going to provide jobs for people. And here we are without a job, with no notice.
I feel like it's shocking, it's devastating. You know, it's like they just humiliate us for no reason. And it's hard.
The group of upset numbers riders assembled on the grounds of the Harold de Gregory complex Monday afternoon, calling on the government to reconsider its position.
We have bills to pay, mouths to feed, mortgage to pay, Christmas coming, VAT is coming. How are we going to survive? Are they going to take care of us? Please put us back in the gaming industry. We need our jobs and we need them like ASAP.
I call on the Minister of Tourism and the government to reconsider, you know, and to look into our situation, that we have our ends to be met.
The bookies say while they expected the industry to be regularized, they never anticipated being kicked out of the game.
I just went from one number house to the other, and if that was so, they wouldn't have gave us a machine. They would have never gotten new machines, brought them in to give to us. They would have never done that.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Now, ZNS attempted to get a comment from Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, on the plight of this group of bookies, but he said he would first have to review the situation before making a decision. It is understood that mobile games are not covered under the new laws that govern the gaming industry. Well, the opposition Free National Movement wrapped up its leadership convention in the nation's capital on Friday. When the ballots were counted, East Grand Bahama MP Peter Turnquest captured the deputy's position. On Sunday afternoon, the FNM held a press conference to talk about the new leadership team. Two of the top three posts within the Free National Movement now held by Grand Bahamians. Newly elected deputy leader is Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama Peter Turnquest, and the chairman post is now held by Michael Pintard. In fact, Turnquest says the largest contingent of officers in the party's history are from Grand Bahama. He believes this is significant.
It obviously means that we understand the issues that face Grand Bahama, that the party understands the issues, and we have put in place deliberately those individuals who we believe not only understand the issues and feel the issues because they live here, but have the ability to address them.
Since Friday, many within the party have regarded Pintard, Turnquest, and leader of the FNM, Dr. Hubert Minnis, the dream team for election 2017.
Senator Thompson says that it's not a dream, it's reality. I'll tell you this, having had the experience with working with Dr. Minnis over the last 2 years, and having weathered the attacks during that period, he has maintained his poise and his direction. I am confident now that he is supported by a team that is 100% on board, that we together will present a plan and a face for this country that will inspire confidence and that will get the job done.
450 delegates casted their votes at the FNM's convention this past Friday. Newly elected Chairman Michael Pintard says it is time to build a new Bahamas.
You will find that we will be on message and on mission. And a part of that message is that we have to construct a society where opportunities are available to all Bahamians who are minded to work hard, smart, and honestly. That one law will apply to all Bahamians, regardless of which political party they belong to or what their station is in life.
He adds that the opposition will engage the government in a positive way and will not oppose for opposing's sake.
Where the government is receptive to the Free National Movement's input, our parliamentary group will in fact share ideas. In constituency associations, they would share ideas. But where the government is stubborn and unprepared to listen, we'll speak truth to power, candidly and forcefully.
They say now that convention is over, FNMs must move forward together, even if their candidates were not elected.
Coming out of a national convention, you can expect that there will be some hurt feelings in the initially. However, we are confident that the plans and the strategies that we will adopt will bring the party back together.
Well, the search continues tonight for 40-year-old Shem Edward Solomon, who escaped lawful custody at the Grand Bahama International Airport. On Thursday, Solomon was convicted and sentenced to 20 years in prison for armed robbery and 10 years in prison for possession of a firearm. On Friday evening, police officers were in the process of transporting Solomon to the nation's capital, but he made a break for freedom. Reports say while waiting to board a flight around 6:30 p.m., Shem Solomon, who was cuffed to another person, was able to remove the cuffs from his hand and made his escape. Police officers tried to catch him but were unsuccessful. Now, this is the second time Solomon has escaped police custody. He made a run for freedom back in August of last year while being held on armed robbery charges. Police say Shem Solomon is known to reside at number 7 Epson Road, Freeport, and Hannah Hill, 8 Mile Rock. He is described as about 5 feet 6 inches tall with short hair, slim build, around 140 pounds, and medium brown complexion. He is considered armed and extremely dangerous. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Shem Edward Solomon, you should call 350-3107 or 8-911-919 or call your nearest police station. Well, meantime, police in Abaco needs your help as they search for 22-year-old David Smith of Spring City. Smith is of brown complexion, slim built, about 6 feet tall with dreadlocks. According to reports, he was last seen on Friday evening. If you know the whereabouts of David Smith, tonight you should contact Abaco Police at 367-2560, 367-3437, 911, or 919. And police are looking for a knife-toting intruder who reportedly stabbed a homeowner in 8 Mile Rock overnight. Reports are that the intruder entered the man's home shortly before 3 this morning. A struggle ensued and the homeowner was stabbed about the body. The homeowner is currently listed in serious condition at the Rand Memorial Hospital. The suspect is described as slim-built and wearing a mask. Tonight, police are asking anyone with any information that can help with the investigation to call 350-3107 or 8-911-919 or call your nearest police station. And this is National Women's Week. The activities were launched on Sunday with the service of Thanksgiving at Agape House in Freeport. This afternoon, the Women's Bureau continued the observance with a luncheon at the Ruby Swiss restaurant. Women from all walks of life gathered for a luncheon during the National Women's Week observance. A song was led by Georgina Ward, followed by a skit which emphasized the importance of the struggles of Bahamian women and gender equality.
Slay her on! I'm talking about equal rights. Equal rights for women.
Those in attendance sat and listened attentively as attorney and member of the Constitutional Committee Brandis Duncanson shared why it is important to support the referendum.
I know, the last referendum may have left a sour taste in your mouth, but we need to look beyond that and look at the bigger picture. This is our time now to gain equality.
She says women owe it to themselves to participate in the referendum.
As you'll see where Bill 4 comes on, basically establishing a general principle of equality where the first 3 bills do not address. The first 3 bills, like I said, they address passing of citizenship, but Bill number 4 seeks to establish that general principle of equality.
Minister of Social Services Melanie Griffin agrees. She's urging Bahamians to be aware of November 26th, which is the day that women were able to vote for the very first time 52 years ago, and another important day.
That's being observed as the United Nations International Day to End Violence Against Women. And this day connects with Human Rights Day in 16 days. And so in between tomorrow and the next 16 days, I think it ends on December 16th, December 10th, it ends on December 10th, there will be 16 days of activism. And we're asking all women throughout the Bahamas to wear their orange.
Stay with us, there is more news right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Well, it was a night of celebration for 13 retirees at a reception at Le Chateau on the Green Friday night. The former civil servants have given up to 47 years of service to the Grand Bahama Health Services. Minister for the Public Service, the Honorable Shane Gibson, traveled to Grand Bahama for the celebration. Now, he commended the group for years of hard work, dedication, and the betterment of Grand Bahama. Meanwhile, Managing Director of the Public Hospitals Authority, Herbert Brown, also joined in the celebration. He had a special thank you for the retirees. We'll have that story tomorrow evening. Well, primary school students making a stop at the Bookaloodian Fair. For students with a particular interest in reading, it was indeed a treat. Kimberly Mullings has the story.
Bethel Booksellers owner Adrian Bethel, aka Adrian the Pirate for the day, says it was a pleasure to help the students get excited about literacy.
What has happened is that when we started as a bookstore, and so we decided that we want to bring all of the students together here on the island to love books, because there's a treasure in books, you know. So we started the books fair a long time ago, and it has just grown and grown and grown. Look at all the blooms. It is wonderful because we have schools from the little teeny witty children who cannot read yet to the children who's been reading for years.
Students were asked to raise money to go to the bookstore to purchase the book of their choice. Teachers and administration read books to the children, and there was cotton candy and activities for them to participate in. Freeport Gospel Chapel Principal Raquel Albury joined the fun as well. She dressed up and read books to the students from the schools.
Children are thrilled to purchase their books. They are affordable. They are lots of nice treats here, and I am excited to be a part of the book reading today. I'm going to be able to read books to the children, have some type of interaction with the students, and I am very much looking forward to that. Reading is extremely important. Literacy in the Bahamas is something that we are always talking about and that we're always working toward. So to have little children at this age developing a love for reading at such an early age, that speaks volumes. So I commend Bethel Bookstore on trying to foster this love for reading for our children at this level, and hopefully that this can last for a lifetime.
The students say they all had fun and they're looking forward to next year. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Kimberly. And don't forget to attend the West Grand Bahama Tree Lighting and Gospel Concert this Sunday, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Administrator's Office grounds, Jonestown, 8 Mile Walk. Stay with us. Sabrina Brown has a check on sports when we return.
Good evening and welcome to sports, everyone. I'm Sabrina Brown. The Freeport Aquatics Winter Invitational held at the BMES pool. Joan Davis Roll was poolside and took in the action.
It is a competition which featured the best of the best. Swimmers from Grand Bahama and Abaco competed for top honors. Freeport Aquatics Club officials say swimming is a sport which time has come, and this year the competition was keen.
The meet was very good. There were a lot of kids here this year. It was good to have people from Abaco and Nassau, so it was a lot more competition for the swimmers. We had a lot of new swimmers swimming for the first time, so that's always great to have new kids in the water.
Now tell me about the level of competition this year.
The level of competition, especially for the younger groups, was actually very good. They were swimming fast and they got good times.
The local official says she's ecstatic about the waves Bahamian swimmers are making, and you can look to see more of our island's outstanding swimmers on the international scene.
Pushed to the forefront with Michael Phelps and other swimmers, and you have Ariana Vanderpool Wallace, who's actually over there competing right now. We have a team that's competing for us away now. So once we have swimmers that are doing better, and hopefully Ariana gets an Olympic medal coming up, that always brings more swimmers into the sport. Important to have your child know how to swim. We live in a country surrounded by water, but if you're going to compete in this sport, it's best to get your kid in early, 6 and under, to go up, because it's such a hard sport. You have to build on it from when they're very young.
Local swimmers were thrilled about their performances.
I come first, and I didn't know how to swim at first, but I still tell God, let me push and let me come first. I was a bit nervous, but then I was still happy that I beat most of my times, except I didn't beat one time. It was just 1 second slower.
Was that an STARZ Sports? I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
The Grand Bahama Volleyball Association with a competitive weekend of play at the YMCA gym. The BMES Warriors served by the GB Shipyard Cruisers 26-24, 16-25, and 15-9. In co-ed play, the Baker boys over the B-Bay Stars 26-24 and 25-14. The Freeport Ship Services Blue Thunder down the BUT Bulldogs 25-11, 23-25, and 15-8. In the ladies' clash, Age in Action defeated Youth in Action 26-28, 25-18, 22-25, 25-18, and 15-5. High school softball play in the Churchill Knowles League, 8 Mile Rock Junior Boys defeated St. Paul's 17-13. Sister Mary Patricia Russell held off Jack Hayward Jr. 2-1. Sunland put away LUCAYAN International 10-3. St. George's Senior Boys cooled off Tabernacle 12-1. Jack Hayward shut out Bishop Michael Eldon 8-0. The Grand Bahama Amateur Softball Association Co-ed Slopage Championship scores from the weekend. The Pats uniform Reds sitting on a 3-game lead over the Immigration Enforcers. In Game 1, the Reds blasted the Enforcers 23-5. The Reds took Game 2 12-2. Pats uniform Reds held off the Enforcers 4-3. In Game 3, Lyndon Ping Richardson credited with all 3 wins. Jermaine Scavella, all 3 losses. Game 4 is tonight. And that's your check on sports.